Massive destruction and wiped out territories. Russian occupiers are turning towns and villages in Ukrainian Donbas simply into scorched earth and trying to make the region uninhabitable, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky considers. The enemy is intensifying its attempts to seize the Luhansk region, but Ukrainian forces are fighting back. The Lysychansk-Bakhmut highway is under the control of the armed forces of Ukraine, but Russian troops are targeting it. They even tried to set up a checkpoint on a road, but Ukraine's defenders crushed it. Russian troops shelled about 100 settlements in Donetsk and Luhansk regions. They destroyed or damaged 60 civilian objects, including 55 residential buildings. 9 people were killed, another 14 were wounded. The Russian occupiers continue shelling the Kharkiv region. The city of Kharkiv was also hit a number of times. 9 civilians were killed, including a 5-month-old baby, and 11 people were wounded. The Izium area remains a hotspot of resistance against the Russian invaders, where they are trying to improve their tactical positions and resume their assault on Sloviansk.
They shelled us with multiple rocket launchers and artillery. This shows once again that the enemy is meanly targeting civilians. They are terrorizing them in a sneaky way. That is why I ask you once again not to be outside unless it is absolutely necessary and to heed the air raid alarms.
In the Mykolaiv direction, Ukrainian servicemen have neutralized a group of Russian invaders. They decided to go on the offensive, but did not go far. They were quickly countered by Ukraine's defenders and crushed, said the spokesperson of the Odessa Regional Military Administration, Serhiy Bratchuk.
The good news came from the Mykolaiv direction. Our guys beat the Russians there as hard as they could. In short, a group of criminals came to attack our positions. They were reinforced with a tank and combat vehicles there, but they got hit not only in the back of the head, but also in the ass. And that's all, no more of this group.
A Russian missile was eliminated over the Chernivtsi region. The Air Force Command reports that the air defense of the ground forces hit one Orlan-10 drone, and servicemen from one of the brigades downed an enemy Ka-52 helicopter with a Stinger missile in the Luhansk region. The situation along the entire contact line is rather complicated now, the Deputy Defense Minister of Ukraine said. She warned that the situation could become even more tense in the near future.
Today, the aggressor is making an intense fire impact along the entire contact line and in the depth of the defense of our troops in the Donetsk operational area. The situation remains difficult. The fighting has reached its maximum intensity. The enemy is storming the positions of our troops simultaneously on several fronts. We have an extremely difficult and long stage ahead. We need to understand that this is war, and unfortunately losses on our side are inevitable.
In the long-suffering city of Mariupol, regardless of the absence of electricity supplies, the occupiers installed 12 large TV screens on the streets in order to spread Russian propaganda. This was reported by the advisor to the mayor of Mariupol, Petro Andryushchenko. The screens were installed in places of concentration of people. These are the points of humanitarian aid distribution, registration of documents and water access. And this is in addition to the vehicles with propaganda. There are 3 of them in the city, and as for the destroyed houses, no help could be expected from the occupiers. The invaders warned that the residents would rebuild their burnt and destroyed apartments on their own.
The assistance from Russia will be, but only for kindergartens, schools and administrative offices. For everyone else, only building materials. Sources speak of Russia's intention to build several multi-apartment buildings for the needs of the military occupation corps and to begin a restoration of historical buildings. Petro Andryushchenko, advisor to the mayor of Mariupol.
Reported by Roman Smoler, Mariana Krechet, UATV News.